Rivers State will suffer. Fubara meets Tinubu's minister and then appeals court ruling stopping allocations. Who told you Rivers State will suffer? How did you come about this, that Rivers State will suffer? Well, let's see exactly what Fubara is doing. The Rivers State government has filed an appeal against a recent Federal High Court ruling in Abuja that barred the Central Bank of Nigeria from distributing federal allocations to the state. Recall that on Wednesday, Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Abuja Federal High Court declared that Governor Siminalayi Fubara's presentation of the 2024 budget before a 4-member Rivers House of Assembly contradicted constitutional provisions. So she criticized Fubara's ongoing receipt and use of monthly federal allocations since January, calling it a constitutional violation that cannot be permitted. So Justice Abdul Malik further ruled that the implementation of an unauthorized budget by Fubara amounted to a severe break of the 1999 Constitution. How does it break Constitution? Constitution did not see that people that had defected have lost their seat, and so that had left the state with no choice but to work with available people. The Constitution did not see that. Now, what for these people, I'm telling you, they are turning things upside down. Okay. So the ruling also prohibited the CBN, the Accountant General of the Federation, Zenith Bank, and Access Bank from granting Fubara access to funds from the Consolidated Revenue and Federation account. Exactly. So his own IGR is with him, and there's nothing they can do about that. So in delivering her judgment on the case marked Federal High Court ABJ CS 984-2024, Justice Abdul Malik stated that the 4-member House of Assembly faction supporting Fubara, which he cited to validate what she termed an unlawful budget, had already been invalidated by the Federal High Court and the Abuja Court of Appeal. They are speaking their own English. I'm telling you. So the court reaffirmed that the Ameuli-led assembly remains the lawful legislative body as ruled by the Federal High Court and upheld by the Court of Appeal. Can you imagine? Can you imagine where he's standing now? So how are they? They defected publicly and with an affidavit, and the court is not looking at that affidavit. Why would the same court not look at that affidavit that shows that these people have defected using the court tool or court principles? It's unfortunate. So on Wednesday, the government house in Port Harcourt saw heightened activity with various groups, government officials, People Democratic Party supporters, and other stakeholders gathering, resulting in significant traffic in the vicinity. So a widely circulated video captured a closed-door meeting at the government house involving Finance Minister Wale Edun and other officials with Governor Fubara. Can you imagine? So the State's Commissioner for Information and Communication, Joseph Johnson, confirmed an appeal had been filed and expressed confidence that the appeal court would overturn the judgment. Exactly. So he stated that signs indicating the likely outcome were clear and they remained calm, having already challenged the Federal High Court's decision. So Wale Edun went to Rivers State. Can you imagine? So he told the Punch, we saw this judgment coming the way it did when the trial judge refused 23 council chairmen as joiners, refused the state to change their lawyer, and refused our objection challenging jurisdiction of the Federal High Court. So Johnson added, so the judgment has already been appealed, and I believe that the Court of Appeal will upturn the judgment. We are not panicked, and there is no cause for alarm. I love that. So Johnson cautioned that if the Court of Appeal upholds the judgment, local government employees will be impacted. He said if it is anything to reckon with, it will impact negatively on the civil servant at the third tier of government. It will affect teachers' salaries and all that are attracted or rather attached to the council salaries. So I can imagine how anybody would advocate for the stopping of funds that will bring development to the local government councils and also pay those who work in the council. So it is a legal problem and you cannot take it out of the court, particularly when you are a defendant. So that is not how the law operates. This matter is one that the court will give justice to. So let us stop all these shenanigans because it is not going to take us anywhere. It is the state that will suffer, and in this case, the local government staff. Exactly. So the thing now, my own is, I know that the Niger Delta Development Force, NDF, already issued a warning to Tinubu to wade in on Wike and to ensure that the judgment does not impact, or whatever court judgment they are doing does not impact the local government councils or the development of the state. Otherwise, they will do the needful, which is taking out the revenue source from the oil. So now that the judgment has gone that way, I'm waiting for the Niger Delta Development Force to act swiftly and decisively, because already democracy has been bastardized in Nigeria. Democracy is obviously bastardized in Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate. And somebody said the Rivers State government will stop to remit oil revenue to the federal government. Wahala. Exactly. And that is where I am coming. It will come to that point where that oil revenue they are using to brag, and the state that is producing the oil, they don't want to fund that state to run. They will stop it. The oil belongs to the federal government. All resources belong to the federal government. Okay, no, when the time reach, we know. Fubara is a loser neophyte. That is what you think. When Fubara, somebody says, stop misleading people. How many local government workers do you have that the allocation will not be enough to pay? To pay them. So it is the allocation due to the state government that will be withheld, and that is why the local government chairmen were not allowed to join the case. Exactly. So it means that the IGR and local government fund will still come. So the thing now is to warn them. See, they tactically excluded local government chairmen from being involved in that case, so that by the time the problem starts, they will say local government is not involved. Why are you now agitating? But the truth is, the state government, the local government operates under the state government. So if the state government is having issues and instability in governance, it will affect the local government. So something must be done. Something must be done. Something must be done. I'm telling you. So now that the judgment has gone that way, Fubara said that is the list of his problem. The case has been appealed. And I don't know what Wale Edun went there to discuss. Because if Wale Edun was in government house in Port Harcourt with Fubara, it means that they are talking about this case. And Wale Edun need to know that what APC is doing to Rivers State is terribly very bad. I don't know whether they went there to talk to him, to talk to Fubara to see how they can, woo him into APC or bend him. But it's not going to work. Wike need to leave that state alone. APC need to leave that state alone. That is it. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.